Mage presents the Holder series, Holders 46 through 50. The Holder of the Mirror. Holder number 46. In any city, in any country in the world, go to any mental institution or hospital and ask the attendant for the Holder of the Mirror. The attendant will look at you strangely, as if you spoke in a different language. Ask again, until they finally understand and lead you deep into the institution without a word. They will lead you to a plain iron door, unlocking it and motioning for you to enter into the dark hallway beyond. They will stay behind, never uttering a word, never making eye contact with you. Once the door closes behind you, the hallway will be lit by an ethereal light to reveal the walls in the hallway made of mirrors. The reflections will stretch out into infinity on either side, but none of them should show your reflection. They show the reflection of those who came before you. Each reflection shows another who sought the Holder. Each shows how they died. Try not to look at their faces as the beasts devour them. Try not to look at all. Just walk in a straight line. If you look, if you watch, the beasts and their reflections will see you too, and they will come for you. If the light begins to dim, if you begin to lose your way in the darkness, close your eyes tight and say firmly, without fear, the ones who have seeked before are gone. If the lights return, you are lucky, and the creatures that stalk you will leave you alone. If it goes dark, do not run. There's no point in fleeing, or even praying for a swift death. They will catch you, and your end will stretch for all eternity. At the end of the impossibly long corridor, you will find another door, with a white-hot light shining around its edges. Knock on the door, and you will be allowed entry. Standing in the center of the octagonal room will be a figure, merely a silhouette of the half-light of the chamber. He will pay you no heed until you ask them the question, what do they reflect? Any other question, and he will fill your every pore with 1,000 needles, flailing your hide and letting it fly in salt winds as he tortures your mind into insanity, ensuring you live eternally with him in the chamber, merely a shade of what you once were, every existence, every moment, a mad agony. If you ask him the right question, however, he will answer you, in details that will chill you down to your bones, and turn your heart to stone. He will tell you what the Holders mean, why they exist, and what is to come. After he tells you this, he will step into your vision, revealing who he is. You will see yourself, instead of eyes, the copy will have shining silver mirrors in the sockets. As you watch, unable to move in horror, your copy will dig one of the mirrors out, blood spilling thick and fast. You will hand yourself the bloody shard, and then you will find yourself back outside the institution. The bloody mirror is object 46 of 538. It will reflect what has been and what is to come. The Holder of the Bloom, object number 47. In any city, in any country, go to any inn, motel, or any place you can rest. Simply find a bed that is comfortable enough for your taste. Then sleep, and sleep a while longer. You should dream. Should you dream, then you are meant for this task. If not, then your success up to now has only been luck, and pray that you never awaken. For the objects you have are not yours any longer, and their holders will want them back. In your dream, you will see a gorgeous garden, cool fountains, and rare flowers sparkling in the mist. Here you may rest to prepare yourself. You have eons to do so in the shade of the pool. When you are ready, search the garden until you come upon a table where a beautiful woman sits waiting for you. She will gesture for you to sit on her left. She likes you, and she has a task for you to complete. Without words or gestures, she will tell you to find a flower in her garden. You are in her realm. It's best to obey. She will keep the description of the flower a secret. She is testing you, after all. If you are destined for your role, or if your luck continues, you will come upon 2 interwoven trees, each producing a different flower. Choose wisely. For if you displease the hostess, it'd be more advisable to smash your own skull into the rocks than to face her discontent. Should you choose the right flower, Then simply head back to the table and hand it to her. She will smile and kiss you on the cheek and say, "I was a seeker once too. Be aware of your fate." As she turns away, you will see her backside has been mauled and mutilated by fire, teeth, and things your mind couldn't even hope to comprehend. Follow her into the house and do not be afraid. She wishes you no harm. She understands your journey. You will stop at the entrance of the house, and she will open the door for you with these final words. "I will let you go freely if you promise me one thing. If ever your journey brings you back here, I ask you to end me. If you break my promise, sleep will never hold safety for you again." And with that she will gently push you outside of the house and into the realm of the waking. You will find yourself in your room, and in the corner of your eye you will see something slipped under the door. It is an envelope containing a flower petal. The petal is object 47 of 538. She is your ally, but will you keep your promise? Object number 48. Oh, the other one was 47, sorry. The holder of sacrifice. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls themselves the holder of sacrifice. A look of bliss should then come upon the worker's face, and they will ignore you. Request twice more, and you will be taken by another staff member to the highest floor of the building, and then one higher. It will be an unused, pitch-black section of the building. It will appear as if under construction. You will hear sounds of work being done. Demand that you be taken to the overseer. The staff member will realize that she has not fooled you and will take you to the true floor. You will then hear an unending groaning reverberate off the walls from the area furthest from you. It is of utmost importance that you listen to where the sound echoes. Should the source of the noise change, stand still for 5 seconds and extend your right arm, displaying your palm toward the darkness. If you feel what seems to be thousands of the most wretched bugs in existence crawl across the arm, do not flinch and do not cry out. If you do either, there will be nothing left for you to save. If the feeling ceases, then proceed further. Upon reaching the end of the hall, it will trigger the lights. The lights shall reveal thousands of corpses formed together on the floor, so as if to show the sacrifices one must take to achieve ownership of the object. There will be a door to your right. Open it. When you cross the threshold of the door, you will arrive in an office. The man will be facing you, sitting on a chair in the opposite end of the room. He will speak into a cell phone dripping blood, but his voice will be non-existent. However, you ask him one question, he will pause. "Why have I been chosen?" He will then hold out the bloody phone to you. Take it and listen. A raspy voice will describe the purpose of the object and why you've been chosen, and you will shake uncontrollably. The phone is object 48 of 538. Those who can bear to listen will receive the truth. The holder of the Grail. Object 49. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the holder of the Grail. As soon as your words reach her ears, the worker will suddenly have a blank stare on her face. If you stare at her, you may suddenly lose grip on all of reality. Should you avert your gaze and ask your question again, a blunt object will smash you in the head from behind and all will go black. When you wake up, you'll be in a dark room. A compass stands on a pedestal in the middle, pointing out the 4 directions for all eternity. If you go south, you'll find a well and look inside. If you look inside the well, a stream of demons will emerge and eat you. This is far worse than it sounds, as your consciousness will not vanish. And you'll have to experience being digested in 50 different places for countless millennia. If you go east, you'll wander into the land of Nod for all time. The wind may strip your flesh from your bones, but your skeleton will not cease to walk. If you go to the west, you'll reach the edge, and you will not resist the urge to throw yourself over. Just go north and find the door with a strange marking on it. You place your hand on this mark. You will see an image of him. He will tell you to enter the door. Inside you will find a forest. If you go into the forest, you will find a lake. Quickly, if you turn away, you'll escape from sudden death. For the lake is but a mirage, masking a creature far more horrible than anything from your worst nightmare. If you keep going and suddenly turn left, you will find a pool of blood. There is a man in the pool of blood, and he asks for your soul. If you give him your soul, he'll get up. The man has the face of a devil, but a voice of an angel. He smiles at you. If you do not turn away, your soul will be lost forever. When the man walks up to you, he will say, "Thank you," and give you a grail filled with blood. And suddenly, in a single second, you will wind up in the kitchen of whatever place you call home. Be thankful. For if you had done something wrong, the man would still be holding your soul. And the pain of such separation is an experience you don't wish to go through. But bear in mind you will survive. You will live on in screaming agony until someone decides to end your suffering. Put the cup in the freezer, by the way. It should be kept cold, and never spill a drop, lest it ignite once more the fires of hell on earth. The Grail is object 49 of 538. If you drink his blood, you'll either go man or become the Antichrist. Only your fate can decide. The Holder of the Afterlife. Holder number 50. This journey is not for the faint of heart, nor the wicked. I control the lives of all men, and those that are inhuman. If you wish to seek me, be advised you cannot make this journey more than once. You will go to any morgue in any city, state, or country. Ask the mortician to see the most current customer. Should a look of disgust and disbelief come over him, thank him for his time, take a bow, and turn around, and walk. Do not run. Walk calmly out of there. I know your time as I know everyone's, and it has not come yet. Should a look of understanding come over him, he will leave the room and return with a large French chef's knife, 2 surgical needles with thread, and a gold bar. He will also roll in a fresh body and a medicinal book. Put down the needle on the roller, stab the knife over the body's head, and stand facing the top of the body with the bar in your hand. Do whatever with the book. Only a book. You must wait until the mortician leaves the room, which will be quite a long while. Before he leaves, he will state the scientific name of the location of the body, and he will take his leave. Stand until the mortician leaves the room, and do nothing until he does. When he leaves, look in the book for the name of the place on the body, and use the knife to split that part of the body open. Place the gold bar in that part and thread it up. Only one of the needles will completely remove the scar, so choose wisely. Do this while holding a stoic expression on your face. After you've completed your task, the room will go dark, and you must yell in a clear voice, "See, I've prepared a gift for you. Take what is yours." Then I will appear in all of my unearthly glory and judge. If you had a reaction from any time the mortician left the room until the lights went dark, or the scar remains, your soul will be mine, and to take as well as the gift, and you will both be taken to my lair. If your face is stoic throughout, and the scar is healed, I will unwrap my present with my great scythe. Searching for the bar, remain with a lack of expression on your face, or I will decapitate you. Not so bad an end as the others on this journey, admittedly. When I find it, I will smile. And when I smile, a bright light will flash and the room will reappear shockingly different. I describe to prepare you. The room will be constructed of dead children and toddlers, their eyes gone and blood ebbing out their mouths. They will be cemented together with a black substance solely enveloping them. They will writhe and cry for their mommy and daddy. Blood will replace their tears. You cannot close your eyes or show emotion, though, lest I judge you unworthy and take you to Tartarus. There will be one baby in front of you, dead, normal, and with a scalpel in his head. Perhaps you recognize it. After a half a minute of this horror, If you remain sane, it will be time for the third test. A dark, twisted version of this world will appear, inhabited by the damned. Where we appear, there will be a strange, smooth stone field with a 3-foot pillar in the center. I shall reappear and throw you a wicked, dark knife carved with symbols. You must stab the end of your forefinger in it. You will feel unbearable pain in your finger, but be pleased that I have lessened the pain for you. Otherwise, you would have the pain go throughout your whole body. You must bear that pain, however, and though the blood will not clot the finger, you will not run out of blood while you're in my realm. After which, you must draw me a pentagram, 6 feet in circumference, thank you, with the tip of the star pointing at me. Make sure it's good. I am a ruthless judge. You are allowed to plan and measure. When you are done, I shall look upon it. One of two things will happen. 1, I turn and close my eyes in disgust. If this happens, the pentagram will catch ablaze. As your blood in the ground burns, so shall the remaining blood in your body. Your veins shall burn for all eternity in the center of the pentagram, the pain never leaving. 2, I like your art, and smile again. I will turn to you and smile. My eyes will blacken. Dark, shadowy tendrils will come from my mouth and form a hellish grin. You will realize that the same is happening to you, and that I have just infected you with my disease. When the blackening will cease to flow from your body, you'll have turned to night. Stare only at the pentagram. A demonic audience is watching you, and they tend to rip people to shreds if they look at 'em. So keep your gaze fixed upon the pentagram. They will dance around you in a devilish fury, taunting you, mocking you, and spitting on you, and the like. If you remain stoic, then they will leave. After they have all left, the blackening will return and ignite the random number of candles around the pentagram. Count and remember the numbers. It will serve you well at the end. The light will return, and you will awaken outside the morgue. Around midday, the cut on your finger will have healed, and the exact number of candles will dictate how many days have gone by. You'll notice a dark ooze on the ground in front of your face and sticking to your clothes. The blackening has followed you. You now hold the power to summon the blackening within you at will, the same as you saw in my face during the third test. The ones who gaze upon your face when it appears will solely be consumed by the blackening. The disease. Every time you summon the blackening, you will feel the pain you felt on your finger over your whole body increase tenfold. You will not pass out, but the pain will be unbearable. My disease is object 50 of 538. With it, you can blacken anyone, even the immortal. These have been objects 41 through 50. Guest starring Death. Bye!